Hey, welcome to Module 2. We are going to start with your website, your domain, and your hosting. So this is what you will need to set up your website in the first place. So I have a few recommendations here, and I will tell you where to go and what to purchase in my opinion. Now, you don't have to follow all this. If you already have a domain, if you already have a website, by all means, just use your own. If you have other companies you like to work with, other than the ones I'm recommending, as I said, feel free to use your own. But if you're a complete beginner at this, you will need to have these two things in order for you to be able to create your own website. And I know some of you might be curious, could you do affiliate marketing without a website? Technically, the answer to that is yes, but in the end, I would recommend you not to try to do that, because what I want to achieve with this course is for you to learn to really build your own business rather than just sending all your traffic to other people's businesses and hope you make a few commissions here and there, which is totally possible, totally doable. I've done it before myself. But if you want to build your own business, if you want to have a stable income from affiliate marketing in the future, you will need to have your own website. And so that means you will need to get your own domain and your own hosting. And in this video, I'm going to go over what I recommend you do. So first of all, let's get a domain name. So I always recommend everybody to get a .com domain name. So that is what the domain name is as well. It is your own .com on the internet. Of course, it could be a .net, a .org, anything else. Like right now, last year I think they opened the market for custom domain names, which means you can have a anything basically. I don't recommend you get any of the weird .xyz or .site or .website or something weird like that. It won't look as professional. It will not serve you very well. If in the future you decide that SEO is one of the ways you want to get traffic, it's just not a good idea to get anything other than a .com, with the exception maybe of a .net or a .org. If you really want to insist on getting a specific domain name and the .com is not available. But again, I really recommend you just get the .com. .com does not even cost that much more than any of the other domain names. At one of my favorite registrars for domain names, Namecheap.coms usually cost about $10 per year. I know there are some domain registrars like GoDaddy and I can't remember the other one, but there's another company where you can get one for like $1 for the first year or something like that. But keep in mind that the years after that, they will actually charge you more than something like Namecheap, where it's just $10 every year. So if you do decide to go with like one of those $1 offers, make sure after it's expired the first year, you don't renew it at the same company, but you just move it over to something cheaper like Namecheap. Namecheap is just like consistently a good domain registrar. It's been the one I have been using for many years in my business. They've never disappointed me. And they're just reliable. They have a good interface, very easy to use, etc. You can also choose to get your domain name at the same company where you get your web hosting. Again, it will cost slightly more than if you get it at Namecheap. However, it will make it super easy for you if you're not a technical person whatsoever and you just want to have any technical barriers removed. Then I recommend you do that. You will end up with a website that is basically ready to go once you purchase your hosting with your domain name. So if you can't decide what you want for your domain name, starting off with your name or the name of your avatar. If you decide to do affiliate marketing with a pen name or an avatar, then don't use your own name, use that avatar's name. And then if your name or your avatar's name is not available, add your niche to it. So for example, it's easy when you're me and you're called Bauke Vreeswijk because there's only one in the world. But if you're called John Smith, I'm pretty sure johnsmith.com is not going to be available for you. What might be available though is if you or for example in the health niche you can get johnsmithhealthadvice.com or something like that. So you have to play around a little bit. If you have a more common name where the .com, yourname.com is not available, you can have your name and your niche.com. Try to make it not too long so that people can actually remember it, and if for whatever reason you want people to put it into their address bar manually, they can actually do that, which is why I chose to have libertytotravel.com rather than myname.com, because my name is just very uncommon and people, even if I say it, they won't be able to write it. So when I say libertytotravel.com, they can easily write that because they are English words. So again, if you have like a foreign name that's really hard to write, maybe abbreviate it, just use your first name, or go with some kind of a brand name. So those are some of the recommendations I can give you when it comes to your domain name, but in the end, of course, it's up to you what you get. As long as it's available, you can go with almost anything. Just keep those things in mind when you do decide to purchase your domain. Now for the website, you need hosting. Hosting basically means your little place on the internet where your files are stored. It's a company that will give you a piece of data storage for your website's files. So if you're starting out, shared hosting, which is basically you are getting just a small piece of a larger server, is usually fine. It's not the best option, and if you're going to run a website with a lot of visitors, and I'm talking about tens of thousands per month, then maybe you want to upgrade to something more than just shared hosting. But if you're just starting out, shared hosting, which costs only a few dollars a month usually, is fine. And that said, I would recommend you stay away from companies owned by EIG. That is a very big company that started buying up all these smaller hosting companies at some point, and they offer generally terrible customer support. These are, for example, HostGator, Bluehost, 101 Hosting. These are companies you will see promoted everywhere because they have amazing affiliate programs, which means if someone buys that hosting through your affiliate link, you will get a large commission. The reason people are promoting these companies so much is because they offer some of the largest commissions in the industry. But as I said, their customer support is generally pretty terrible. I used to be a customer of HostGator before they were bought up by EIG, and even then I didn't really like them because they keep advertising you to get all these add-ons, and they keep like promoting you to just upgrade your plans with all these extras just to get more and more money out of you. And I just don't like that. So I moved away from HostGator pretty early on. Right now, the company I am using is A2 Hosting. A2 Hosting is a company that also supplies pretty cheap shared hosting. You can get it for less than $5 a month. I think it's like $4 a month or something like that for the package where you can have unlimited websites. I do recommend you get the unlimited websites package because having the package with just one website is not going to be enough. I promise you that. If you are serious about doing any type of affiliate marketing in the future, you're going to want to have more than just one website. So get the package. It only costs like $1 a month extra to have the one where you can have unlimited websites on your hosting package. So get that one. And I have a link below this video which will take you to the A2 Hosting website, and that will give you 51% discount on your first period. So if you decide to purchase for 1 month, you will get 51% off of the first month. If you decide to purchase for a year, you'll get 51% off of your first year. So have a look at that. Link is in the description below this video. So that is for A2 Hosting, 51% discount on your first purchase. So even if you decide to go completely against my recommendations because you have already made up your mind about which company you want to go with, etc., always make sure you get managed hosting with cPanel and one-click WordPress installations. If you don't know what that means, just ignore what I just said and just go with A2 Hosting. But if you do decide to go with other companies, The reason I recommend you go with one that offers both cPanel and one-click WordPress installation is because I have tried to go for cheaper options where they don't provide all of that. You have to do things manually, and it is a huge pain in the ass. You will have to do so many things yourself. You will run into so many problems. I don't know, countless of hours I spent on trying to set up my own server on my own VPS, and honestly, it's really a headache. Even if you think you are a technical person and you can handle all of this, it's just not worth your time. Just go with one that has cPanel and one-click WordPress installation. So that's it. That's my recommendations for where to get your domain and where to get your hosting. So as I said, links are in the description below this video if you do decide to go with Namecheap and A2 hosting.